the video attached to it. It'll also be in the chat for us. And I'm going to go ahead and jump in and share my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my phone because it's annoying. And I'm going to pull up the chat next to me. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free at any time to jump in. You can always unmute yourself and interrupt me. I don't find it rude. I would rather you ask a question while we're on something. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's okay too. And we can go ahead and you can put it in the chat, and I do have that next to me. So again, this will be recorded. We can go back later and look at it if we need to. And this is also something that your field marketing specialist can help you with as well in a one-on-one appointment. So I'll make my screen a little bit bigger. So we're going to go into desk first. So we're going to go into mycvdesk.com, not the Realogy site, but the desk site. And we're going to click on the BrandSrv tile. If you can't find the BrandSrv tile, now you can toggle these around in desks to place these where you would like them. We can look at it as a list or as the tiles. We can sort it by custom drag and drop, which is how I have mine set up, most recent on the top, or in alphabetical order or reverse alphabetical order. Or we can click the filter button. If I start to type in BrandSrv, you'll see anything that's going to come up that has brand in the title or in the description. If I type in BrandSrv the way I think that it should be written, it's not going to come up. It is spelled a little weird, but even from just typing in brand, I can find it very easily. And I'm just going to click the tile to get into the actual product. So once I'm in the tool, so if this is the very first time that you have ever opened BrandSrv, it will make you click through to be able to access the system. Sometimes this can take up to 24 hours for them to approve you, just so that they know you are a Coldwell Banker Realty agent to get into the system. So this is the main page when you come into BrandSrv. It is only for Coldwell Banker. Now you will see that it says Coldwell Banker and it does not say Coldwell Banker Realty. We are Coldwell Banker Realty agents, Maryland, DC, and Virginia. So anytime that we do any marketing, we do have to have the entire full name. When we can't say CB, we can't say Coldwell Banker. It does have to be what's on our license. So don't let that fool you. Although Coldwell Banker is a company, they can just say Coldwell Banker. So you're going to see here that I have some options. I do have any orders. Anything in my cart. So everything that's in here, this is kind of a little tricky. Although it says orders, everything that's in BrandSrv is free. It's free for you to utilize. It's here for you to build your brand and your business with it. The only thing that costs money is if you would like bumpers created for a video. Let's say the beginning and the end of the video, you want customized bumpers. That does involve a graphic design artist, so that does cost money. Everything else in here, the campaigns, the marketing assets, they are all free for you to use other than those bumpers. I can go into my orders. I can get to my cart very easily if I have anything currently pending. And I can also look at my download history if I want to go back and grab something I've already downloaded and look at my order history again to look at something that I've already placed an order for. Basically, that's just anything that I've already gone in and grabbed. I also have favorites. So you will see as we go through the system, there will, just like in Desk, there will be these little clear hearts. And if I click on them and fill them in, I can easily get to anything else that I need. Maybe I don't want to search for it again. Maybe I really like this dog on couch photo in the photography section. I don't want to have to go looking for him again. So here he is, and I can use him in my marketing as I need to. I can click here and go to the home. They will have breadcrumbs. So those little links are called breadcrumbs to help you kind of get back to where you started. You'll see on the very front page, we have our latest tactics. So anything that's newer will come up first. Latest campaigns. So if you're looking for an entire campaign, that will also, excuse me, come up as well. Any latest brand assets. So anything, again, the latest and the greatest, and anything that I recently viewed. This is one of my very favorite tabs because I can easily go back to something that I was already looking at up to the last 5. So up here on the top, you're going to see campaigns, marketing assets, and resources. Once you're in the system for a while, you'll be able to search things by their name. You'll kind of know what things are called. But if you're a newbie, we're just going to go in like we're a newbie. We're going to look through the system. So campaigns, again, they have those end cards, different things for your videos. CB Good News. So that's something that we started last year with the pandemic, just to push out some positivity. There are some COVID resources in here. Of course, our rebrand with our global luxury guiding you home. So that is our, if you haven't already seen it, that is our commercial with that Simon and Garfunkel tune attached to it. And we were supposed to have that featured last year in March Madness, and then it got canceled. So wonderful, wonderful news. We will be featured in March Madness in the next couple weeks when all of that starts. I know my son is into it, so we'll be watching it here. I know I'm going to get really excited when I see that commercial on national television during a huge event, which probably will be a little bit bigger this year because we didn't have it last year. So there's photography in the system, posters, and just social media posts as well that are already created for you. We do have some quotables and some statistics. And I've had some agents say, well, what difference does it make if, Coldwell Banker and Realogy have been #1 for 23 years? That's important to me because I'm a Coldwell Banker Realty agent. I'm the best and I work for the best company. Best is one of my words that I use when I do marketing. I am the best. Don't you want to buy with the best? Don't you want to sell with the best? Don't you want to get the best buyer with the best terms and the best price? Don't you want to get, the best? So I use those quotables in my own marketing, and I kind of attribute it to my brand reflects over, of course I work for Coldwell Banker Realty, but my brand is the best, and that's why I've affiliated with this company. There are some Spanish language options for those of you who are bilingual. If you do donate to St. Jude, there's some information there, and of course those video toolkits as well. Under marketing assets, you're going to find your logo. I am going to go through. We do want a company logo and not a Coldwell Banker logo, so that's often something that can get very confusing. Coldwell Banker logo is going to be just the CB Star or just Coldwell Banker, and again, I need that Coldwell Banker Realty. Photography. So we know that when we do marketing, we can't just go to Google and grab any photo that we want. They are copyrighted. I have worked with several agents who have received copyright infringement notices. They are not fun, and they're very expensive. So we want to make sure that we can go in, we can get some great photography. For those of you who like to do a little updating on your InTouch agent website. If you don't like the photography that's available there, you can come in, find some photography in BrandSrv and use that on your website as well. We do have some posters, social media, which seems to be everyone's favorite. You can get some cover photos for Facebook and Twitter. Posts, of course, that's my most used. Anything that I want from holidays. Please pardon my phone in the background with the telemarketers calling me today. We do have some posts in here that we can use for holidays. There's a fair housing campaign, a lot of posts that are already made and posts that we can create. And then stories for those of you that like to do the Instagram and the Facebook stories. There are some videos. So of course we have those end cards, but we also have social media videos. These again are free for us to use, something that's already created that I can go out and share on my own business social media, and virtual meeting backgrounds. So for anybody that was here when I first started, I did have a virtual background for Teams. They also work in Zoom, Google Duo, any of those things that you guys are doing. If you're in the car and you don't want someone to see you, or maybe you're sitting in an office and it's a little bit messy and you don't want anyone to see what's going on behind you, or maybe you just decided to sit on the couch today to meet virtually or take some classes, you're able to do that and have a beautiful background and look like you are in an office. We also have resources And I know that the agent, as an agent, it's not going to be your favorite place to go, but we do have guidelines, and that's always where I like to start. So for resources, we do have some guidelines, some tips, some tricks, and some requirements on how to use some of the marketing. So the first, one of the most common questions that I get as a marketing person is, where do I find the disclaimers that I need to put on my marketing? So if I go into desk and I go into BrandSrv, I click on resources, I can find those guidelines here. And one of the very first ones that is going to come up is national disclaimers. So I can heart this if I would like to add it to my favorites. I can also download it here. I can just click on it if I want to, and I can go in and I can view it to see, is this something that I need? So here it's actually going to pull it up for me. I can download it to my computer, or I can come in BrandSrv anytime I need to look at it. So it's going to let me know all consumer facing materials are required to have the disclaimer. Also letterhead, what should be on my business cards or a sign that I might order. Property materials. We always have that one that we send out, not intended as a solicitation. If your property's already listed by another broker. So all of those things are in here for me to easily access. I can go in here. I can literally copy and paste into my marketing as I need to. And it also includes, they also work for global luxury as well. Like I said, I can hit this download now. It's going to give me some information about what I'm downloading. I do have to read the download terms, just letting me know what the terms are. And then I can click this button here and distribute files. So distribute file is not my favorite. It's not my favorite way for them to say it, but it is a marketing term. So basically it's just download now. To distribute the file, I can download now. Success, my download should begin shortly. On my computer, I have a small laptop. It just comes up on the bottom. I can open that up and you'll see here, it's going to open a folder. So when it opens that folder, I'm just going to click through, and here is the actual PDF that I want to save to my computer. And I can just go in, file, save as, and really the best way for you to save this is just to remember where you put it. If it's on your desktop, if it's in a special folder, however it is that you organize your computer, the only incorrect way to save anything to your computer is if you can't find it later. I can also share this with myself. I can email it to myself. I can email it to another agent. Perhaps I am working on some marketing with an outside company and they need the disclaimer. I'm able to share that with them. Then I'm able to go back to the home screen, or I could have just clicked the back to get back where I was. And again, that was guidelines. The other thing that you're able to click on, they do have a brand defender. This is a compliance one-sheeter. So again, I can just click on it. I can click on it to view, and this is going to go through the actual Coldwell Banker logo. So it's going to tell me some things that I can do, some things that I cannot do with my Coldwell Banker logo. So I'm going to kind of, in a sense, dumb this down just a little bit. The best way to remember is that your Coldwell Banker Realty logo needs to just look exactly the way it does when you download it. The Coldwell Banker blue logo is always going to go on a white or a very light colored background. The white logo is always going to go on a dark colored background. Doesn't have to be blue as long as it's dark. I can't add anything to it. I can't stretch it. I can't condense it. I can't reverse. So I have some of you out there that are my Photoshop friends, but can't Photoshop it either. We want to make sure that it's exactly the way it needs to be. And if I have my own agent logo, so let's say I've gone to Design Concierge and I had this great logo made, I want to make sure that it's safely outside of the distance of my Coldwell Banker Realty logo, and that my logo is either the same size or smaller than the Coldwell Banker logo. Same size is completely fine. I can always hit this back arrow here, and that's going to take me back to the page I was just on. And if you ever have time, I know you guys are busy, and you would like to read through all of the identity standards, you can download that or actually just view that here. There are 70 pages in here, so I don't take that lightly. Oh, 72, sorry. You can go through, leave your mark. It's going to explain everything about our brand, everything about our business, everything that, the story behind our North Star. How do we get to the North Star? And you'll see here, there is a cheat sheet here that our framed logo, so the blue logo with this box here, is the version that can only be used, again, in Coldwell Banker blue, and it has to be on a light colored background. We can't use it in reverse. We can't use it on a dark background. And then we have what's called the monogram logo. And you'll see this does not have a box. It is the version that is white, and we have to use it. It can be transparent, which is nice. You can put it on any kind of marketing as long as it is not overlapping another image. If you put it in the bottom of maybe a listing photo and it's on some grass, sometimes that's okay, but it has to be on a dark colored background so that it's very readable. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your field marketing specialist. We're here to help all the time. And then it's going to go into some different variations. Again, what we can and what we can't do with it. So we can't tilt it on its side. Basically, exactly the way that you see it here is how we have to use it. Also, if you really scroll down, you'll see some swag, some different things, some different fonts. And then we have the color palette. I always like to bring this particular page up. If you are a Canva user, and I know that there are some of you out there, please know that the 012169 code is the exact color of Coldwell Banker Blue. If you'd like to use that in your marketing, I have used that a lot on Canva. If you put the Coldwell Banker logo over top of it, it will disappear. It is the exact color that you need. So just know that that is there for you. Or for those of you that are doing custom work anywhere else, this is very good for a graphic design artist who's working with you. And some of this I know you guys aren't going to be interested in. It's just fonts and some other things, but just know that that is there for you to easily access as well. Moving a little backwards, we do have our marketing assets, and that's where we can find our Coldwell Banker Realty logo. So from marketing assets and BrandSrv, we will click on logos. And this is where sometimes agents get a little confused, and it can be a little confusing. Oops. So you'll see here, if I click on logos and I go down to my company logos, there's also Coldwell Banker logos. If I click on Coldwell Banker logos, I'm only going to get Coldwell Banker. I'm only going to get that CB star. We know that the real estate commission is very super specific, especially if you're in Maryland. I believe Virginia and DC are the same, that we can't just use the logo in our marketing. We have to be very clear with the public which company we work for. So we want to go to marketing assets and logos, and we want to go to my company logos because we want to include that Coldwell Banker Realty on our logo. Now, when you open this up, it's a little overwhelming. There are almost 10,000 assets in here, but that's okay. I have a quick shortcut for you. If you come over to the left-hand side and click on Add Keyword, you can type in realty, but I'm a little more efficient than that. I'm just going to type in CBR. And efficient is just my other word for lazy. But I'm going to type in CBR. I'm going to hit enter. And that's going to bring up all of my Coldwell Banker Realty logos. I am permitted to use all of these logos, any of these logos that I want. Just remember, again, I can't do any photoshopping to them. I do have to use them exactly the way you see them. Can't tilt them, can't put them on their side, but I'm able to go in and I can heart them so I can find them later. Or I can just download it and save it to my computer. So you will see the white logos look like they have a gray background. They do not. They actually have a clear background, so you can put them, or a transparent background, so that you can place them anywhere that you need them. But they do have the gray there just because white on white, you wouldn't be able to see it. If I'm looking through and I've discovered, okay, I really like this particular logo, this is what I'm looking for, all I need to do is hit this download button, accept the download terms, And we know that if we hover over distribute file, we're going to go ahead and download that now. And again, that's going to come up on the bottom of my screen. Once I open it, I can save that on my computer anywhere that I can find it. But you'll notice that when I click on it, it's in a zip file. So a zip file just means that they have condensed this information. And if I have a zip file, I just need to click on it. I need to click on it again. And now I have all of the files in. So basically your zip file is going to be, if you went to the filing cabinet and you opened up a manila folder, everything that's in the zip file will be in that folder. And here you'll see you have a JPEG image, you have the PDF, you have a PNG, and EPS is going to be a vector file. So if you are having a banner created or a sign created, that's something that your graphic design artist would need, because they can pull the logo and make it as large as possible. They could put it on a billboard and it's not going to be fuzzy. It will be crystal clear for you. For most cases, I'm going to go with the PNG file. I'm just going to open that up. You'll see here, there is that logo, and I'm able to hit, mine opens everything in Paint. However, yours opens it, I can save as, go to my computer, and I can save that to my computer. Again, the best way to save it is where you're going to know where to find it. So you can always relabel that when you save it on your computer. It's just going to be the CBR logo. And again, they all have different names. I do have a folder on my computer where I've downloaded all of these logos, so they're easily accessible to me at any time. I don't have to go into BrandSrv to find them. But let's say that I found this logo and I really like it. I can go ahead and heart this logo. I don't ever have to worry about where I found it again. It's going to be included in my favorites. And if you do click on favorites, it will pop up for you. You can toggle them. Maybe I want that logo to be at the very top when I click on logos. Or I'm sorry, when I click on favorites, you'll see here I found some disclaimers and some other things here that I have in my favorites. So I'm just going to hit the back button. That's going to take me back to where I was. And again, just remember, when we go to my company logos, I'm going to type in CBR and enter, and that's going to bring up all of those logos that I'm able to use. And just as a reminder, I know I said it before, but make sure we are using the Coldwell Banker Realty. We're not just using the CB Star. We're not just using Coldwell Banker, but we have that entire name included. From marketing assets underneath of logos, you can also find the global luxury logos, partner logos, anything that we need. If you have won an award, you can also find the logos for your awards to include in your marketing as well. There's also a photography tab in here for you. You can see there's 804 assets in here for photography. I do always highly suggest, and as always, anything that we go over in a workshop is merely best practice and suggestions. It's not a requirement for you to be an agent with the company, but we always do highly recommend as a best practice to use photography in your marketing that looks like the area that you serve. I will be honest, there are a lot of beach pictures in here, and I love the beach. Unfortunately, I don't work at the beach. So I always want people to find me and know that I do serve them. I serve their area. You know, if I have all pictures by the beach, somebody's going to be like, oh, I can't use this agent. This agent only works at the beach. You're also able to go through here on the side. You'll see some different information: residential, lifestyle, family, indoor, outdoor, you know, no background. So I can go through and look through. Maybe I only want interior photos. I can go through and look through just interior photos. And again, you'll see they're in alphabetical order. So as I scroll through, I'm going to get bathrooms first, and then I'm going to start branching out into other areas of the home. And I can go through, and again, I can just download any photo that I like. And I can add that to my Agent in Touch website. So for those of you that have gone through the website wizard and know what I'm talking about, you can go in and add any of these photos to the backdrop of your entire website. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, please reach out to your field marketing specialist. We can always help you do that. And again, these photos are free for us to use because we are Coldwell Banker agents. And it makes it very easy to personalize our website. And you'll see here there is a little bit of swag there as well for socks and mugs and different things, how we came to get our logo as well. So here are some dining room pictures, and I won't keep going through, but you'll see they're in alphabetical order. There are also some posters in here, but without further delay, we will touch on social media. So with the social media tab, you can get to cover photos. So a lot of times I'll sit with an agent and they'll say, oh, you know what? I don't know how to create something for the background for that cover photo that I have on my Facebook business page or my Twitter business page. You know, what can you give to me? We have some that are in here that are basic Coldwell Banker. We have our little CB star, and then there are folders. So I can go in and look through the folders. If I'm looking for something that's an exterior that has some people included with it, maybe no people included with it, maybe the interior, there are some pets. I can just click through on any of these folders, and this is kind of be like your filing cabinet. We have little manila folders in there, and when we click through, we're going to get to all the individual pieces. So you'll see here I clicked on pets. So they're permitted customizations. It's just the image. There's nothing to customize here. I can go through, and if these are too small for you to read, we do have a preview. It makes it a little bit bigger, or I can also download a sample. And when I pull up my sample, again, I have to open that up, and it's going to bring it up a little bit bigger if you're like me. And if you control and scroll with your mouse, and this isn't just Coldwell Banker, but really anywhere on the internet, you can make things larger or smaller. I always have to make things bigger so that I can read them easily, but I can look through. And let's say that I really like this little girl here with the dog. So that's option number 3. I can go through and I can hit this customize button. So I can't just click on it and download it. I do want to hit the customize button, and I want to select the option that I need. So here I have home, Facebook cover photos. I'm going to take the rest of it out because I don't need the rest of that. I'm going to say girl with dog. And I'm going to select option 3 because that's option 3. And then I'm going to generate a proof. Just because the system wants to ensure I'm getting the exact photo or the cover photo that I want. The other reason that Coldwell Banker is making us do it this way is they can go into the background. They can see what we are downloading. They can take all the stuff that no one is looking at, that no one likes, kind of the junk in the system, and they can get rid of it, and they can give us more of the marketing assets that we love. So then from here, I can continue through the system and add more to my cart if I would like. But let's say that I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and check off that radio button. Yes, I do want this, and you notice it says home, Facebook cover photo, pets, and I did let myself know it was the girl with the dog. So if I've put additional assets in here and I've named them, they're all going to come up as pets if they're all pet cover photos. So now I know this is the one with the girl with the dog, and I can view the proof here. Please note that you never want to save your proof. It's going to be very blurry and pixelized when you put it on your marketing, and that just doesn't look like our best professional self. We're all polished professionals. When you click, when you hover over view proof, it will let you know that this is a low resolution preview. I like to point this out just because lately I have seen in some instances where you customize, all of the writing on your proof will be pink. So of course we don't want to share anything as much as we might love pink. We want to make sure that we're getting the good asset. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to add it to my cart. So my wallet really enjoys this because I can shop all I want, add stuff to my cart, and it doesn't cost me any money. So everything now is in my cart. This is the asset in my cart. It is a cover photo of a pet, and I know that I chose the girl with the dog because I renamed it. And I'm just going to click down and click on place order. Once I've placed my order in the system, it's going to give me a few options. So my order option is either to reorder the item, which I don't need to do because I just placed my order. I can view the details of this particular order, or I can distribute this file. So I'm going to go ahead and get the file now. And that's going to pull up that cover photo. I can save that to my computer anywhere where I know where to find it, and I can access it later. So I do have a BrandSrv. I do have a BrandSrv folder, and I have a bunch of cover photos here. So I'm just going to call this girl with dog, and I'm going to save it to my computer. I can then go to Facebook. I can upload that to my business page. Honestly, I can upload that to my personal profile if I would like to. And I can always hit the back button if I want to go back. So no items in cart, that's fine. And I can go up here to my marketing assets and kind of start over again. So from covers, I'm going to go down to posts. This is the portion of BrandSrv that I utilize the most. When you come into this portion, you'll see there are 139 items. That just means either tactics or folders. So you'll see here I can look through by title. I can look through by start date. So anything that's a little more recent might come up to the top. I can look from top to bottom or bottom to top. I can also look at the waffle menu if that's how I would like to view everything, or I can click and look through as a list as well. So however you view the data, we all view data differently. It does give me the option to look at it the way that I would like. Just use a little bit of caution. They are in the process of taking out residential brokerage. So you'll see here, this one is CBRB for residential brokerage, and this one is Coldwell Banker Realty. So there are a lot of pages in here. Some of these are not going to pertain to me at all. That's okay. I can also go through and search. Maybe I want some holidays, and here we'll find holiday tactics. So we're currently in March. Let's say I want to go in and I want to find some holidays for March that I can post on my social media. Once we get into March holidays, you'll see that we have Women's History Month. That's something that I can post anytime during this month. We had National Salesperson Day last week. Today is International Women's Day. So this gives me a post for today. We spring ahead for daylight saving time coming up on the 14th, and St. Patty's Day as well on the 17th. Spring is coming up this month. And then we also have, for those that would like to post, a happy Passover for our Jewish friends as well. So these are all tactics that you're able to download and post on social media. But wait, there's more. So there's additional info on some of the assets in BrandSrv. This tactic, so they always call these little images for social media, they call them tactics. So these tactics include additional copy. So what Coldwell Banker has done, Coldwell Banker Realty has listened to you. Not only did you say, hey, we want you to give us stuff that's already made that we can throw out on social media, but we also want to know, what do we say when we post it? Sometimes we get a little bit of writer's block. I know I have an English degree, but I still get writer's block myself. So you can access the document here. And if I click on that particular document, it will come up as a March holiday. So it will pull up on the screen, and you'll see here, March holidays social post copy. That doesn't mean that I have to say what is written here, but it gives me the power to not have to think about it. I'm just going to go through, highlight it, and copy it so that when I share on Facebook, and I can change this to say, I believe in the power of women and support. Spring ahead, the real estate market is this weekend, so I want to post that closer to that date. And again, I don't have to say any of these things, but it's giving me that option so I don't have to think about it. Now, what I want to do is, if I would like to get these March holidays, I'm just going to click on the customize button. And let's say there's two of them that I'm interested in. You'll see the customization name. If you hover over that little I in the circle, it will say, it's a nickname for what you're about to create. You can go back and easily find it later. Our DBA logo. So the shortcut for that is always going to be CBR. So you'll see here Coldwell Banker Realty. That's going to make sure that I have the correct logo on my marketing per my compliance requirements for the real estate commission. So let's say I want to do International Women's Day. What I'm going to do up here, and this is just what I do, you can save any way that you want. I always save by the date, and I call it whatever it is, International Women's Day. And I'm going to go ahead and generate a proof. Now, there isn't any customization to this, so it's just going to proof the tactic the way that it is in the system. Here I have March holidays, I have my International Women's Day, and I can view that proof and see what that's going to be. And here's my International Women's Day. And I do give them kudos because they did make sure that we are very diverse in our offering. So that was something we've been asking for, and they did listen. From here, if I would like to continue to get additional holidays, I can always click the back button up here. So just that little back arrow, and that's going to take me right back into the exact same page. So remember, I like this International Women's Day. Maybe I would also like to get a spring ahead. So again, I'm just going to start with my DBA. I'm going to do CBR and select that Coldwell Banker Realty from the drop-down menu. And then I'm going to select spring ahead. So here's where I like to go in. Again, this is just me, but I like to go in and put the date for myself and spring ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and generate this proof. And now you'll see why I did a customized name. The reason being now is I have more than one asset. When you look at the tactic tiles, they're both going to say March holidays. Now I know that I have International Women's Day, and now I know that I have spring ahead. So I have both of these. Let's say that I'm done. This is all I want to get for right now. I'm going to check both of them off, and I'm going to add them to my cart. Once they're in my cart, I can see here again, tactic name. It's just going to give me the base for the folder. So I know I have the Women's Day. I know I have spring ahead, and I can scroll down and hit place order. Once I've placed the order, this is going to give me a few different options. I can distribute the file and download it to my computer. I can go to Facebook. I can upload it to Facebook. I can also schedule it to come out on my Facebook business page. So I can post this today, and I can schedule this one to come out on the 14th, and Facebook will hold on to it until the date and time that I have selected, and it will release it at that time. So from here, I can go in. You'll also see now there is a new button within the past few weeks, publish to social. So I can just click through, click to Facebook, and it will pop up. I can put in my password to Facebook. Now you do have to know your Facebook password. So I can go ahead and continue. And I did want to go back and select my business page. But this is also something that I would share on my personal profile. It has Coldwell Banker Realty on it, so I'm fine with sharing it to all of my family and my friends. It will remind them, because it's got that Coldwell Banker Realty logo on it, that it's there. And this is where I'm adding that message. So remember, I had copied from that lovely March holiday social post copy. I had gone in and copied that lovely sentiment that they had there. And I can say, I believe in the power of women, and I am proud to work for a company that is once again a Women's Choice Award winner. So here you can, totally say, what you want it to say. Do I want to schedule this at a future time? Maybe I want this to come out at noon. Anybody that's been in my classes before knows that I like the off times because I don't want to look robotic. I want to just look like I've posted it naturally. So I can post this to come out maybe at 11:48. And this will be military time. So I know that this is the morning. If it was the evening, I'd have to change it to military time. And I can preview what this is going to look like. So just remember, when you preview, you want to include that business page as well. and believe the power of women. So here I can have something that goes out and I can hit publish, and that will post to Facebook. I can go to Facebook. I can check on that later. And then from here, I don't want to necessarily put spring ahead. It's not spring ahead just yet, but I'm able to get file now. So before I do that, my little best practice is I just take this customized name and I copy it. I'm going to go into distribute file. I'm going to go ahead and get this file now. When I get this particular file and I bring that up, you'll see here, spring into real estate. It's got that lovely house with the sign. I can save as. So one thing that I have in my BrandSrv folder, I have holidays. So you'll see here, I have all of the March holidays already, but all I'm going to do is click on that and paste. So now I have the date, spring ahead. I used spring forward before, but here it's spring ahead, and you can see that I have all of these on my computer already. But why I did that is later when I go to Facebook and I want to schedule these, I don't have to wonder what the date is. I might not remember that today is International Women's Day, or I might not remember that the 20th is spring. So I have those dates there to kind of help me out just a little bit when I'm doing that, and I can save that to my computer. And again, find that when I go to post on Facebook. So from social media, you'll see we do have different posts that you can find. There is one for fair housing. There is a lovely campaign in here. Again, lots of different assets, different viewpoints. Oh, they added some new ones. So they've added some new ones since the last time I was in here. There are 4 new tactics that are in here. Again, you can click here to download any accompanying post copy. So this did come up a little bit different. But it gives you different options. So again, you can go in here and edit these as you see fit. But we know right now, especially more than ever, it's so important to let people know everyone deserves fair treatment and equality, and everyone deserves a home. And I would gladly help anyone find their home with no prejudice involved. Just call me. Let's find a house together. And it's just a lovely way of pushing things out. There we go. So that'll come up in another, you'll see here it came up on the side. So if I want to get back, I'm just going to click on this back button up here, and that's going to throw me right back into BrandSrv where I started. And again, if you go in and customize, these are things that you can grab more than one at a time. You can just go through. DBA is always going to be that CBR, and then you can select the option that you want, give it a code word, and download. Again, you can download as many as you need to, put them in your cart, and check out all at one time if that's what you need to do. Also, here we have some videos, and we have some social media videos. So these social media videos you're able to download onto your computer. You can upload them onto social media. They will play. Just gives you some other options as well, guiding you home since 1906. Some of these are our online video for the commercial. So it's going to play the commercial for you. It is formatted for social media, marketing products, etc. There's all kinds of things that are in here. And then also marketing assets, we have virtual meeting backgrounds. So for those of you that don't want to show, again, that messy room in the back, or, you know, maybe your kids are running around in the background, or in my case, squirrels fighting in the backyard. If you've won an award, they do have options here for you. You also have your DBA, or doing business as, some different customizations, no customization at all. And you can go in and literally just click through any of these folders. You'll see this one only has one tactic. So maybe I don't want that particular one. Now you can include your phone number and your website on that one. This one here, if you click through, you'll see we have some different options: a starry sky, a virtual background here with some fancy virtual information. And then here, if you click through to the non-customizable, you will find the CB star the office background, another lobby background, and that starry sky again. So let's say I want this hardwood lounge and I want to put that in the background. I'm going to go ahead and customize that. My version is going to be that hardwood lounge. Of course, you can do mirrored, so that's required for Zoom. It's also, I believe, required for Teams. And again, I can do, you know, maybe I just want to do office virtual background. I can't spell today. And then I'm just going to generate that proof. And I'm going to do the same thing with this that I've done with all of the other assets that we've gone over today. I'm just going to click it, add it to my cart, go through, place my order. I'm going to go ahead and distribute that file, download now, put it on my computer, and I can just upload that into Teams for my background, so that no one can see where I'm really sitting. Maybe I'm in the car. Maybe I just want it to look consistent every time I meet with someone. Maybe I have continuing ed and I have to be on, you know, on camera the whole time, how they're doing it now virtually. Just as a side note, don't forget to get your continuing ed. But here again, I can get that file and download that to my computer and upload that into Teams. The other thing that I did want to leave you with for BrandSrv is, again, just kind of go through, look through a lot of the things that are here, look through your marketing assets, go through all of the social media that's here, go through the campaigns, look at some of these things. Again, social media, guiding you home. We have this powerful commercial, you know, guiding you home to the place where naps are taken together. We have some Spanish assets. Again, we have those stories. So for those of you that like the stories, they have that information there as well. This little button up here is always going to take you back to your original. And I can always click on this Coldwell Banker logo up here and I can get back to my main page. One other thing that I did want to show you as well is if you go into the search field, I can type in holidays and I can bypass anything that I want. And when I hit the search button, all of my holidays are going to come up. Videos, tactics, anything that's currently coming up. One other thing that I can put in, and I always like to show this, it's one of my new favorites. You guys might have seen these coming out on your office pages, is the market update. One way of building my brand and my business is to showcase myself as the marketing expert. So I can view all of the results and I can go in, I can add photos. Again, only if I own the rights to that photo. I can choose a white tactic, a blue tactic. For this, I'm just going to choose a blue tactic. This works very well with your Prospect Square reports. So for those of you that utilize Prospect Square, you'll see there's no additional information. Customization gives me a lot of different information to input. I'm going to go ahead and hit the customized button. So let's just say for this, I'm going to do Baltimore County. Maybe I'm going to go in and give it a Baltimore County market update, however you would like to phrase that. The particular region name, maybe I just want to say Baltimore. The month and the day, let's say I'm going to do February. That's the last month that's been updated. Property types, all residential types. Now, how do I get this information? I want to get the average days on the market, average sales price. You have to select at least 3. Doesn't have to be these 3, or maybe I want to do all 5. I can do all 5. The DBA logo is always going to be Coldwell Banker Realty. But where do I find this information? It's very easily accessible if we go to desk and we look for, so I'm going to turn my filter off. I'm going to go into Prospect Square. Now, I do have all of my Prospect Square. I have all of my Prospect Square county area reports on my website. So if I scroll down on the bottom of my website, you're going to see really pretty pictures and very easily to access all of my Prospect Square reports because I use this particular tile in BrandSrv all of the time. If not, I can go to Prospect Square. I'm just going to click on reports on the side, and I'm going to click on area report. From here, you're able to do what's called a preview and share. And you literally can pull up any area you serve. It doesn't have to be Baltimore County. Let's say I wanted to do a Towson market update, just because that's where the university is. So we'll go with that. And I can hit the find button. From here, you're going to look for Mid-Atlantic. You're also going to look for the county where that area is. So I can do a Baltimore County report or anything in Baltimore County, or again, any of the counties that you guys serve. You can share these for any area that you serve. It doesn't have to be where your office is located. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to go ahead and hit a search button. So here you'll see, and for those that aren't familiar with Prospect Square, we have the county as a whole, and then every zip code is broken down. We can get to just single family or condos. For this sake, I'm going to click over to the next page. You'll see I have 2 pages here, and I'm going to scroll through until I find Towson. So from Towson, I can hit this preview button, and as I scroll through down here, I'm going to get the information needed for my market update. So the average days on the market in Towson in February was 57 days. So I'm able to come here, 57 days. So I have 57. Average sales price. So that's the sold price. So here I have the average sold price, and I'm just a copy and paste kind of person. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that in. What is the median sales price? So the median sold price, I'm going to look here. I'm going to get that information. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. Properties for sale. So what's currently listed and what has sold. So the new listings were 20 and the sold listings were 21. So again, remember, we're just looking at this particular area. And then I need a disclaimer. So what disclaimer should I use? I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of Prospect Square, and I'm going to get everything up to that Coldwell Banker, that copyright. Just letting people know that this does come from the multiple list system. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here and generate my proof. So what that's going to do is it's going to give me a great tactic that I can share on social media. It fits Instagram. It also fits Facebook. I can go in and view this proof. When I click on view proof, you'll see it in pink writing. Don't freak out. It's just because it's the proof. It lets me know it's the Towson area for February, all residential types, and these are the market statistics. I can take this, I can save it to my computer, I can push it out on Instagram and Facebook. I can let people know that I am the area expert. And by the way, would you like to get a market update for your area? If you send me your email address, I can set that up to come out to you automatically each month. You can be updated when I am updated. I'm glad to be able to send you that information. And this is really important information because when I'm listing your house, I'm using this information to determine and help with the price. We know that if it's not priced right, it's going to make those days on the market go up. Also, how much competition is there on the market? When I'm buying a home, how many houses are available to me? Are there not if there's not a lot of listings, if it's a really low inventory and I'm competing with a lot of buyers, it's important that I let my buyer know how important that pre-qualification is, that pre-approval is to go in. And again, I'm just going to add this to my cart and again, place my order. And as I did before, I'm going to go through, save it to my computer, and I can upload that or schedule that to come out on Facebook. I'm just going to get file now. And again, get file now. Mine pops up for whatever reason in Paint. I can save as, and I do have in my BrandSrv, I do have a market update. So you can see I have a whole bunch of these, but I can do, Towson, Maryland, and maybe I want to say it's February 2021. Save that to my computer, and I can upload that into my social media and let people know that I am the area expert. If you really wanted to, you could do a different area every couple of days. Again, it just depends on what area you serve. Maybe I work out of the Hartford County office, but I do a lot of sales in Towson, or maybe I work in the Westminster office and I do a lot in Frederick. No matter where you are, you guys, I know that you guys move around a lot. You buy and sell everywhere. So feel free to make these for the areas that you serve, share them to Facebook. And I know that we are running low on time, but I did also want to kind of cheat a little bit and show you how to share these on Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and go to our Facebooks. We know that we have to log in to our personal Facebook. We can hit our pages. And then that will take us into our business page where we're able to access our business page. And here is my business. So I have a lot of pages. You guys can see that. But here is my Coldwell Banker business page. So if I scroll down, I just shared something about 2 hours ago. If I want to share anything, I can go to create post. I can bring this up again, click on that photo or video. I can go into, again, it's important to remember where I've saved things. So in BrandSrv, I have a BrandSrv folder. I went to marketing update, and here's my Towson, and I can save, put that here, and I can type whatever I need to, and I can post it. However, because I just shared something a little while ago, I'm also able to go into publishing tools because I'm on my business page, and you can do this with any of your tactics that you want to share. It takes it a hot minute to come up. You can click over here to scheduled post. You'll see here I already have the post scheduled to come out for International Women's Day today. I can go in and reschedule that at any time. So I can just have that come out right now. I can go in, I can publish now, I can reschedule. So maybe I want that to come out, a little bit later. I can do that. But here I can create my post, and I can go in just like I was posting on the regular page. It's just kind of in the background. I'm going to do that photo video. I'm going to upload the photo video. I'm going to find the tactic that I want, whether that's Towson, whether that's the area that you're serving. That could be a holiday. It could be a fair housing, anything that you found in the system. And I could say, discover is a great keyword for Facebook and social media. Discover what the real estate market is up to in Towson. If you would like to find out what is new in your area, please contact me and I can send that to you. Doesn't have to be anything, dramatic or special, however you would like to phrase it. And then I can schedule this post to come out. Maybe I want this post to come out tomorrow, 12/19. I always do, again, an off time just so it doesn't look robotic. I want to make sure I don't have something else scheduled at that time. I do have a little cheat sheet next to me that has the dates and times of when I have things scheduled to post. It is part of my social media strategy so that I'm very consistent in my marketing. And I'm just going to schedule it. Once you hit that schedule button, I'm just going to stay on this page, and you'll see it didn't pop up. Don't panic. If you would like to easily reset this page, just click on published posts and click on scheduled post again. And you'll see here now I have this post preview, exactly what that's going to look like when it comes out on my page. I can change the verbiage if I need to by going in and editing. I can also reschedule it for a different time, or if maybe I've already posted this and I forgot, I can go in and delete it and remove it. So just know that that option is there for you. You can also go in. So if you wanted to update that cover photo, you could just click the edit button, upload the photo, and then just find that cover photo that you saved on your computer to upload right here on your business page. So that is BrandSrv in a nutshell. different virtual backgrounds, marketing updates, photography, logos, social media posts. There's a lot in there. Just remember, when you're placing stuff in your cart and you're downloading it, it's not going to cost you any money. It's just another way to build your business and your brand. Let people know you're a Coldwell Banker Realty agent for a reason, because you are the best in the business. So with that, I will stop the recording. And if anyone has any questions,